Hello YouTube, it's your boy Tommy T here, and again, it's this video that I promised to put out. Um, it's not really how I said I was gonna put it out like yesterday, but the time just slipped by. I was tired again, and I wasn't in the mood to really upload another one. Again, this video is really just gonna be about it's just gonna be about Smegolia, which is my story. And you know what? I'll be right back. Okay, this is just gonna be about Smegolia and my story and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, um the only thing this is really gonna be about is just, yeah, again, like I said, my story. Um and a little bit of the Smegolians themselves, or the inhabitants of the world. Again, like I said, half of my subscribers are probably gonna find this bored and stuff boring. So there's that. If I have time, I might do a quick voice impression. I really don't know. But anyway, without ado, I'm about to start it now. Okay. Uh, Before there was anything physical, there was first God, also known as good God. He existed for infinity before creation. One day, good God wanted to create something, so he created Smegolia. It was nothing but pure firmament, top and bottom, and as level as a table. It was like this for 100 years. He got bored with it and created air, a sky, the sun, and the moon. Within it, yeah, the sun and the moon within it. So for the first time, Smegolia had day. Again, it was like this for 100 years before good God wanted to add more. Then he added ocean. It was vast and salty and contained no land within or without. Then 100 years after, he made land, both under and over the sea. But unlike most land after this, it was just dirt or sand, no plants, animals, or Smegolians. So after another 100 years, he wanted more. He wanted something called life. He wanted a terrarium, if you will, a peaceful, beautiful, and life-filled one. So he made plants and fungi of all kinds, from ones native to our world like banana trees and potato plants to exotic ones like eggplants and celery trees. This lasted for another 100 years before he got the idea to make another group of life forms called animals. Birds, fish, insects, mammals, reptiles, and many more. Most were like our own, but were 100% peaceful and herbivorous, although some were more fantastical, like the horse cat and unicorns. No, although unicorns are technically mentioned in the Bible, specifically the KJV, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, then he finally thought of one final life form, a special and smart life form. He then created Smegolians, a small humanoid creature. They had everything basically handed to them. No real need to farm or build houses, as there was no death or suffering. So in turn, they had Stone Age tech. They were not lazy, though, and played almost every day. They were to feel the earth, literally birthing until they reached almost a filling point. One day, good God had got tired of being the only God. So good God made another God called Second God, also known as Bad God. He was created to be like a friend and brother. Good God gave him just as much power as himself. He also gave half of the ownership of Smegolia to him. Everything went well until 100 years into the Smegolian creation era. At this point in history, uh, Bad God rebelled and betrayed and took full control of Smegolia and caused the first deaths and plunged the world to what is known as evil and chaos. This act would bring the world into what is known as the first stage. And then the last word is not even related to the story. Anikag. Anikag. Anyway, basically what this was is my lore. Now, if anybody y'all use Wikia, it's WIKIA. It will be there. I'll post a link to it sometime. Um, but basically, yeah, this all this story is about is this god that basically he wanted to create something. So again, it's just that now the Smegolians, and I don't have a page just for them. I'll eventually make one for them. But Smegolians are, how do I explain it? Basically, like Smeagol or Golem from basically Lord of the Rings. Um, they look basically like him, but there are a few changes. They're basically half the size. Because he's around 4 feet or so, which actually surprised the heck out of me. I said, "Dang, he's kind of tall." I really thought he was always kind of small, like dog size maybe. But they're usually at around a 6 foot tall man. Smegolians are around at his crotch, not exactly at it, but a little under it. So they're about 2.5 feet tall, 2 to 2.5 feet tall, sometimes 3, but usually 2.5 feet tall. Uh, they're both bipedal and quadrupedal, and all this means is that they can both walk on 2 legs, and they can walk on their legs and arms. Usually when they're walking, they just walk on their 2 legs. Some of them will walk on 4, but usually they will walk on 2 when they're just walking. But when they're running, they can run on 2 technically, but it's much easier for them to drop on all 4s and start running. Uh, Again, they usually get to up to like, and they usually get up to like 20, maybe almost 30 probably on all 4s. So they could probably, basically outrun a cat. They're not extremely fast on all 4s normally, but yeah. They can also leap a lot, like monkeys and apes, and they're good at that. Their strength levels a little bit more than a child of their same size, so they could probably lift them up a little bit. They're not as super strong, but they are stronger than what you think they are. Like if they fucking got your face, I'm sorry for cussing, but if they got your face, and they just started punching you and kicking you, they could f you up pretty badly and maybe kill you or just cause you a bad day. They mostly eat vegetables. They will eat meat and stuff, but again, they're mostly herbivorous. Uh, so that's and they only have 1 or 2 kids at a time. Of course, they only have 2 sexes, male and female. So that's really it about Smegolia and stuff. I just wanted to have a reading and kind of describe what Smegolians are. Oh yeah, their appearance is kind of that of golem to an extent. They have smaller eyes. They're a little less gray. They're still a little gray, but in the more of just like a light human skin tone. Like you ever seen a vampire kind of looking things. Think about that, but you put a little gray into that. That's kind of how they look. Uh, and maybe their feet are a little bit smaller in proportion in comparison to Smeagol, but around the same. So there's that. That's the Smegolians. Uh, yeah. I guess I'm not going to end this video right now. I will end it in a little bit. But I just want to say thank you, Case, or Justice Slendar, for for having a shout out to me. Hopefully you'll see this one. I don't know if y'all busy or not. You might be bored with it, so whatever. There's that. So thank you for that. I seen your brother. Your brother is just so funny looking. Like I'm not trying to roast your brother over nothing, but like he looks like a weird anime. Like he looks like he watches a lot of anime. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But he looks like a nerd, but he sounds like a redneck. Very weird. You know what, Case? I don't know what your family has done, but they must have had drunk a little bit of that mean stuff. Anyway, uh, so you know what? I'm probably going to do that voice impression like I did, like I said I was. Uh, I really not want to roast nobody up too much. I'll probably only roast one person up, and that person is going to be Jaquan. Fuck yo, you know what? Yo, rolls on your neck. You got so many roles. You need a race trainer, Jaquan, really badly. And I know you stole my money, you thieving bitch. Anyway, that being said, I'm about to do the voice act, I guess. I really could wait for another video, but I might as well do it. Again, this is not really relating to Smegolia or whatever. I'm done with that right now. I'm done with reading it. I read it and I kind of described it to y'all. So there's that. This is gonna be like a voice act. Oh, I'm walking to my plane. I gotta fly. Okay, honey. I'm about to come home. I'm about to come home. Yeah, I'm about to come home. Get it. Okay. I see you later, honey. What the hell is that? Ah, shit. Sucker, the bite in the face. Oh no. Ah, shit. Oh, my nip. Oh, it'll give me a superpower. Ah, shit. Get off of me. Sucker. Ah. Sucker. Oh, oh, Help. We will remember Redneck Man. He got killed by Sucker. That's me. Okay, that's enough of that voice acting right there. I was really inspired to do it by Case, who, when he said Batman turned into Joker. But for a second, I was watching it, and the laughter just caused me to laugh almost too. So that was a Smegolia reading and a little voice act, and a slight roast on one person. So there's that. This was a little serious, more serious. The next one I think I'm going to do is actually about how I got into conspiracies. I did one how I got into anime. So how I got into conspiracies and stuff. So anyway, it's just your boy Tommy T signing off.